Hey, I'm Tom,
And I'm Josh.
and this is the BlockCast.
We're Lego fans. Click.
What? Who's that?
What? What happened?
The hands. Didn't you see the hands? There's somebody else in here with us. Oh, there they are again.
Oh, no. Don't worry, Tom.
What?
It's just me.
Oh, it's Josh in multiples. It's like the multiverse of Josh. What? What's going on?
Well, I thought we would do something a little bit different with today's episode of the BlockCast.
What are we gonna do?
Well, since today we're going to be talking about sets that are going to be retiring
Ooh.
by the end of the year, I thought maybe I would go ahead and build one of them
You're gonna build
while
a
we talk.
retired set?
I'm going to build a retired set.
You know what that does?
Creates fun memories.
Exactly. What do you mean decreases value of the set? Okay. But yeah, Josh is right. Today's episode is going to be all about retired sets, from Josh building one to us going ahead and talking about them. Josh is currently working, while we go ahead and talk about the retired sets, he's going to be working on a set that is retiring, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog Green Hill Zone. It's part of the Ideas series. It's originally based off the Sega Genesis Sonic level. I remember playing this as a kid. We believe by the end of 2024 that this set is set for retirement. And let me go ahead and share my screen while Josh gets his bricks together.
Absolutely. And I think maybe we should talk a little bit about what that means. What does a retiring set mean for our
That's a
viewers and listeners at home?
That's a
That's down there now.
very good question. Now, when it comes to retirement, it does mean what it sounds like. The set is coming off the shelves. It's done its job. It's worked hard for Lego and whoever the intellectual property holder or license holder is, meaning that it's no longer going to be for sale and it is being phased out. So the sets that we talk about today, you could potentially see on lego.com. You could potentially see them on Target or Walmart or Amazon. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be producing anymore, and they're going to be run through. So they become retired. And when you have to have a retired sets, they become harder and harder to find because people are opening the box kind of like Josh, where he's enjoying them, having fun with them, not realizing that they are retiring because they are just a everyday consumer. So sets can be set to retire. People buy them to play with them. People buy them to collect them. People buy them to literally age them like a fine wine. And in this case, Josh is building his while we talk today. This is a really cool set. You're going to get to see a little bit more as Josh continues. We'll give you updates along the way. To run you through it, Josh, what are you seeing in there? Is that Sonic?
That's Sonic himself. He's got one of his golden rings. It's a really great molded minifigure piece. He's got the little wings on his shoes, multicolored prints here on his leg, on his back, and on his belly. He's got the white gloved hands, and of course, some great detailing on his face as well.
The cool
This is a
thing
great minifig.
I like about the rings, if you take a look, they're just life buoys repurposed as
Mhm.
rings. I found that really fun. Now you can take a look and see what's in this set, and there's a decent amount. You even have a little hidden computer screens that I would always find when I would used to play the game. I used to play this game in summer camp, surprisingly, that I still remember. There's a lot of playability to this. There are a couple different figures that you can play with that you haven't seen before. Truly, the only minifigure is Sonic himself. You do have the villains, and it's a fun set, it looks like. How many pieces is this, Josh? Let's take a look.
I mean,
We
uh,
are
it's 1,125 pieces.
1,125 pieces. This is set number 21331. So by the end of 2024, this should no longer be in production. So be sure to get it while you can. It does look like Lego
And
still has it available.
it's important to note too that these dates for retirement are not set in stone.
Correct.
There are a lot of factors that go into when a Lego set is officially retired. The sets that we're going to talk about today and select others are sets that are speculated to retire, but there are several different factors that can go into that. Perhaps that there may be um, a lot of backstock that they may delay the retirement date. There could be a surge in popularity or in different things like that. That this information is subject to change really at any point. It's not a guarantee that you won't see these sets. However, whenever there is speculation on a set's retirement, you'll start to see maybe a little bit of a higher demand for the reasons that we shared earlier. It may be a set that you have been waiting on to see if it ever went on sale or something like that. And it's a good indicator that it may be time to pull the trigger if it's a set that you're actually interested in.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh, how's the build going?
So far, I've got Sonic on a little pedestal,
Oh, okay. And is this the
and
pedestal that you're talking about?
I believe so. Sans gems. He has not collected his Infinity Stones yet.
Okay, he has it. All right, let's talk about our next set that we think is potentially retiring at the end of 2024. This was a highlight for me. I don't know why. I just think it has a really cool charm to it. Like it's really just if you have like a lake house or potentially you live in Canada, this is an excellent set. like like if you wanted to set that when like you think of like the idealized version of what Michigan is or like Canada, it's this. And that's a positive for me. That's not a negative. I think this is an adorable set. I'm sad to see it go. Please be sure to pick it up. The cool thing about this set, it came with multiple, if I'm correct with this, Josh, you have this set, I
I
think.
do have this set. I created great memories building this set a few months ago, and it is a very interesting build. A lot of interesting building techniques and a lot of really cool features to discover um, as you're going through the manual and building the different sections of the A-frame cabin. For those of you on the fence, it is a great set. The minifigures are great. The details are fantastic. Uh, it
They fit so much into that little A-frame, to be honest. I'm looking at it now.
it's it absolutely does. And the designer notes and everything for those of you that have it and maybe haven't built it, don't want to spoil it, but that detail in the back is one of my favorites. That is an outdoor shower with a little bar of soap,
It is a
and
virus. Oh,
well, you see, there's a shovel next to some toilet paper.
oh no. And that's a door, by the way, everybody. That's a pretty cool like reuse of a door. I
But this set's a lot of fun. Ideas series. We've talked at length about Lego ideas before in our episodes, and both of us are big fans of the ideas line and the sets that kind of come along with them.
I thoroughly enjoy just to point out a couple things. Um, we've mentioned in past creative sets that they didn't include birds, but they included two birds here, to scale. I like how they have painted on boots halfway up their leg. I find that really fun. That's a fun detail. The one thing I did want to highlight with this set that I did find interesting, Josh, was this the set that came with multiple different leaves for the trees to represent different seasons? Am I correct with that? Or was that a different set?
Uh, Not that was a different set. The Lego Ideas Treehouse, which is also
Mhm.
rumored to be retiring at the end of this year, did come with the different colored leaves so that you could um, customize it to a favorite season. But I think the fall aesthetic works best.
No, I absolutely agree. I love this set. I would be sad to see it completely go. Know that it was $179.99. Potentially it could change. But you did get 2,082 pieces. There was no intellectual property attached. But there's a little typewriter. But speaking of typewriters, foreshadowing. But let's move on. The next one we wanted to highlight that we believe potentially could be retiring at the end of 2024 is the Nintendo Entertainment System. This system as a kid was awesome. And Lego hit this one right on the head. I think they knocked this out of the park.
They
Um,
absolutely did. And not just as a kid is the Lego Nintendo system or Nintendo Entertainment System rather cool. It still maintains its allure as an adult. I have it hooked up to my entertainment center still. My cartridges are a little less reliable, perhaps from years of blowing on them. Uh, they no longer work exactly as we would hope that they would, but I still have mine, and I still will enjoy those classic 8-bit side-scrolling games or 16-bit, I think it was. I don't
yeah,
remember.
they weren't very, but I think the cool thing about this is that they didn't spare a detail, meaning that from the cable to the controller, you even got to insert a cartridge, and that they made the TV functional where Mario is actually jumping through a physical level utilizing Technic and standard brick in a combination, makes this incredible as far as detail, putting it on the shelf. It does have a little bit of playability. It even comes with the warning sticker, or is that a print on
There's some fun
piece?
details in that warning sticker as well that I believe
But
was highlighted in the manual, if I remember correctly. I'll leave that as a surprise for those of you who may pick this set up. But as Tom was saying, the functionality of it, the cartridge insertion into the NES itself is far and above one of the coolest mechanical components that I have ever had the pleasure of building in a Lego set. It works exactly as the original. It even has that slight scrape feel when the cartridge would go in and you push it down. Somehow that same authentic NES feeling is present. And then when you're ready to eject it, you push it down and it spits it out. It's a really, really fantastic design by the Lego designers.
no, it they definitely took their time in building this. The detail is there. You could see the full layout of what your level would be, and this isn't just simplistic. Like they also had to make this function in the television set, and it even comes with a little Mario that you can put on top of the
It
TV.
does not. He's sold separate. So if you have
Oh,
any of the Mario series, he can interact with the TV. However, he does not come with the set.
boo,
Bum bum bum.
bum bum bum.
It's off
But
Tom's
yeah,
list now.
it's off. It's off it. No, doesn't include Mini Mario. No, but overall, for an intellectual property set, I think this was highly detailed. It fits the console and the size really well. $269. Um, Still available on Lego.com, but it's been out for a while. 2,646 pieces, and with this detail, this is awesome. Not only for Lego fans, but I think for Nintendo fans as well. Um, yeah, yeah. This is on my list before. This, if you buy to hold, this will hold value. At least that's my opinion in the reselling market. This is nostalgic for a lot of different reasons, and I think they did this really well.
What do you
Speak
think of the resale value of the A-frame, Tom?
so in terms of the A-frame, for me it has collectability, but the idea is that if you are a Lego fan, for me, I like this. This is different. It's a use of a building technique, which is interesting because you have horizontal or diagonal plates. I think this will have a value, but it's the idea that I think people will buy to hold to then, when they go on like that summer trip or what have you, and they want to lay it out during a vacation. So I think the Nintendo Entertainment System will have a better resale value faster, meaning that there are more potential buyers for that set over the A-frame cabin. And I think to get your value out of the A-frame cabin when the set retires will take longer because your market is smaller. Will I think the A-frame cabin, will it hold value for resale in the future if you hold it? Absolutely. Do I think the Nintendo Entertainment System set holds the same value? Yes, but if not more so because you also have Lego fans and then you also have Nintendo fans. So that's what will make purchases happen faster, which will make them marketed will make the market more limited for that set because it's more in demand, even after it retires. So yeah,
And even with it being an idea set as well.
I think both of them will have that value. But in terms of like, let's say Sonic the Hedgehog, I think you have an intellectual property value there, but I don't think it's as detailed as these other two, and these other two I think will hold their value longer. That people will want to find these because they didn't add them to their collection now.
That makes
Josh,
sense.
let's check in with you. How's the build
All right.
going?
Well, I have a crab-like creature.
Ooh,
I have this block
okay.
and this presumable tree.
Presumable tree. All right, that's not too bad. And you still
So
have
we're
Sonic, but
moving right along.
if I remember, is it Dr. Robotnik is his villain?
Yes,
Am I
Dr.
right with that?
Robotnik is his arch nemesis.
Okay. All right, so the next set after that Nintendo Entertainment System, or technically Super Nintendo, right? SNES.
Uh,
Isn't it
no,
Super? No, it's just
no,
Nintendo.
the Nintendo. Yeah, Super came later.
Oh yeah. That's right. I apologize, everybody. All right, we have the typewriter. I alluded to this before. This is the same typewriter that fit inside the A-frame. Yep, this is the same one, but you have to build micro. No, I'm just playing. Um, so,
Actually, you're onto something there because the A-frame ideas, the typewriter is ideas as well, and the treehouse that I mentioned earlier also idea sets. All of those are included in the A-frame. So not only did you see this typewriter in the A-frame cabin, it is an allusion to this Lego idea set typewriter, and there is also a mini model of the treehouse set in the A-frame as well. Fun
hmm,
factoid for you.
let's see. I want to see him. Should be somewhere. Well, you had the set, you know.
I do have the set. It is so the treehouse. You can see it in that image. It's on the upper level by the foot of her bed.
Oh yeah, look at that. Right there. That's neat. And then the typewriter's right downstairs. She needs a refill on her coffee. All right. We have the typewriter. The typewriter is really, I like the typewriter just for the detail of it. Like if you were to do a challenge like on Lego Masters where you had to build something to place it in a room and see if it was Lego or not, I would walk in and not realize that this was Lego. This, they did a really good job on. Josh, did you have typewriter?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of this build?
It was a fascinating build. It used so many interesting techniques that I hadn't seen before. There's a lot of technique involved, so it's a good one for you, Tom. But the greatest thing is, just as any other Lego set, it's functional. You press the
Ooh,
keys, and the slide bar in the back actually moves. You can adjust it, slide it back, da 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 da, ding, da, 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 ding. And then the crossbars will move as well.
that's detail.
Tom, we're moving on to bag two.
Ooh, bag two. Look at you go. For a set with over 1,000 pieces, you're moving. Trying to get this video to
I had
play
to
so
fit
we
it
can see a little
into
bit of
this
it.
episode.
I had to fit it. Oh, you have the typewriter. Josh, who's in this photo?
That is the typewriter master, the
Okay.
original winner of Lego Masters. No, I have no idea who that is.
All right. They even
I
went
presume
themed
the
with
designer.
this. I assume so. I think this is done really well. I think the detail is there. Also, the cool thing about the keyboard, Josh, tell them.
These are printed bricks, so these are not stickers.
Not
So
stickers.
for these pieces have also been seen in the Titanic set. To my knowledge, is the only other set that have utilized these flat circular tiles with letters. So they are a unique piece. So for those who do mocks and things like that, and you have a mock that requires lettering, This is a great opportunity to get the entire alphabet.
And speaking of that, when you have the set like this, and we talked about it in the last one, and you can really see the detail that they put into this build. It's $249.99, no intellectual property attached, 2,079 pieces. In the reselling market, it will do well, not for it just being the typewriter and it really being cool aesthetically, but it's the idea for those that like to buy sets to then resell the pieces and parts. The letters on this keyboard is what makes this set very, very valuable. Because as Josh was mentioning, they're not really seen in other locations. They are not stickers, so you can't just take round plate and add the stickers to them. You'd have to find them on Bricklink or find them on eBay. So I think the resale value of this set is there, not necessarily for the full set of itself. I think it does hold a value, but I really think it's for those parts of the keyboard that will make this really valuable when this set does and chooses to be retired.
And there is another really cool printed piece. I believe it's on the back. No, the front. It has that system logo. So that is another printed piece that represents Lego System. On the back of it, I do think that it does have the retro Lego logo. Say that 17 times fast.
Retro Lego logo. Yeah.
But just from a Lego fan,
System in play.
that's a really cool component for Lego historian, Lego fans, just simply to have that as well.
Overall, I think it's an excellent build. I think it holds a lot of like key features where it's displayable. I like that they made it functional, that they did not have to make it functional, and it has also a lot of printed brick that also allows it to hold its value as well. Overall, if you can pick this up while it's in retirement or before it goes, I'd recommend it. But otherwise, enjoy retirement, typewriter. We will miss you, but we will
What
probably
else
see you.
about this set, Tom? What's its theme?
1940s.
It, okay.
Tell me.
Well, it's also an idea set.
Oh, okay. That's where we're
So
going
it
with
is
that. Okay.
another of the ideas line. So there are a lot of the ideas lines that are going to be retiring. So we'll be highlighting some of them, of course, but this is another one. But it again, the details that you're seeing as we're pointing them out really illustrates just how passionate and great um, Lego fans are who design these sets and then the Lego builders turn it into something incredible.
No, absolutely. I completely agree with you on that. And they put the time and effort and detail into this set to make it fully functional as well. Um, Overall, I think this is an excellent set to have if you wanted to add it to your collection. So get it before it retires. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check back in with Josh over at Building HQ. Josh,
I have a tree.
oh, you got a tree now. Okay.
I have a tree. Yep. And this.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's some form of the base, I believe.
Okay. All right.
But this set the pieces I am finding are a lot of one by one bricks and tiles, and I have a very strong suspicion that I may not complete this by the end of the episode.
I think you could do it. You just gotta speed up, like Sonic. Doo, 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 doo. No, that's the wrong theme. What's Sonic? What's Sonic's theme?
I can only think of the song in was it Sonic 2, the rolling around at the speed of sound. I forget. Lego, I don't know, Sonic City, something.
I'll remember it. It'll get there. It'll be in my brain. I played it so much. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So we are now going to talk about Doctor Strange and where he lives in the New York Sanctum. Yes, we believe by the end of 2024, this has been on the market for a very long time. Sanctum Sanctorum is going to be retired. It is another $250 set. Look at our theme today. Um, This is an absolutely amazing set. I put this up there with Daily Bugle. I put this up there with the Avengers Tower. Um, it has a lot of really nice detail. The floors were well laid out. They have
Yes.
a lot of stuff in there. You have a good amount of minifigures. You have a lot of scenes that are there is a lot happening. So the not only the display ability there, if you're in this for the playability, it's extremely there for you as well. Um,
And what's really cool is that it fits the same scale as any other of the modular builds for Lego City. So if you have, for instance, the corner garage or the Palace Cinema, this has the same connection pieces with the same size base plate that you will be able to put it into that city scene and kind of expand your own personal city build, which is really cool. And it looks fantastic alongside any of those. Even though it's Marvel, it fits right in to give some life and some color and some action to your cityscape.
Just be careful, though. It's very important to know that wherever the Avengers are, they cause catastrophic damage to anything and everything around them. So if you choose to place this in your Lego city, please expect explosions, weird things happening, and the ground being completely blown up. So to protect your Lego city, just ensure that you know that. Just need to FYI that because the
Do,
Avengers
do
they
they
come to
offer
town
Lego
and
insurance?
maybe they do. We got to get like a little minifigure that walks around and tries to sell like brick insurance. Let's take a look at this rotation. If my computer will let me load it. Yeah, there you go. You can see all 360 sides. The back has a really cool poster. You have a little window in the back. The detail on the side is more focused. So this is really a corner if you're wanting to do modular. Um, but I do like how they have the small details of like the creatures coming out the sides and
And those are interchangeable as well. So they come out of portals. So you can actually either have a portal with a monster coming out, or if you want it to fit along with the rest of your cityscape and you want to, have Doctor Strange already have vanquished the monster, you can move that portal to another location and remove the monster completely or include the monster coming out inside the house. So there's so many different options to customize this to make it fit with what is what's going on in your city.
yeah, and this is exactly what Josh was talking about right here. Just as an eye opener. Haha, see what I did there? You can move it from portal to portal. That was a really neat feature that I did not know existed. Oh, and then tell us a little bit about the doors.
So the doors as well, very similar to in the movie. It has a functionality that changes. So you can be looking out, open the door into the Gobi Desert, close it, and then you're in a mountain lakeside retreat, close it, shift it, and now you've opened up a portal to the cosmos. So again, there's a lot of great custom customization options, a lot of fun play features, and some really really neat designs to bring the world of Doctor Strange to life.
And this had a fair amount of minifigures, and we talk about it being $250. I think for the detail of what it is, it comes with 2,708 pieces. I think in the secondary market, if it does retire, it does have collectability, it does have playability. Just like with Nintendo, not only do you have a Lego fan base, but you have a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan base, which gets them into Lego. I think this is a great family build, and there's a lot of playability functions to it. It comes with plenty of minifigures. So to be honest, this is probably one of
And I
the
believe most of them are exclusive minifigs as well. So not found while some Doctor Strange and Iron Man you can find those characters in other sets, almost everybody else is a unique minifig to this build and design that hasn't been uh, seen in any other sets that are available or have been available.
yeah. And so I think if you wanted to go ahead and pick this up before it retires, I think it would be well compared to a lot of the other Marvel sets that are very like passive with the amount of pieces that you get, really focusing on the minifigures. I think this is well rounded. The set's good, the minifigures are good. It has display ability, so even if you open it or you keep it in the box, I think it will gain value over the course of time. Just keep it complete. I think this is a great build. I think it's super fun, and I would totally want this for my Marvel collection.
I also appreciate that in this one, the Wong minifigure is bald. The only reason I bring that up is in the history of Lego minifigs for Marvel superheroes, Wong has been featured in multiple sets. However, you could be forgiven for not knowing that because I don't entirely believe that Lego has determined what exactly Wong should look like. Um, so, Tom, can you bring up
Yep.
the other Wong minifigs that
Yep.
exist?
So this is the one that we were looking at in the Sanctum Sanctorum scene.
Hello, COL 335 Wong.
And then we'll go
Oh,
bright light
bright
orange
light
parka.
orange parka Wong. Um, I am unclear why that hair was chosen to represent Wong, but I'm fine. Oh, he's bald again.
Now he has the dark red robe, dark blue legs. And then the fourth and final iteration.
He's got his hair back.
I I could not tell you. Why does it say value new? -$4.21. Oh no, that's not negative. My bad. Yeah, so there's many different variations of Wong, and I did not know that.
So, if
Um,
you want to get this specific iteration of Wong, if this Wong is your favorite Wong, I'm saying Wong way too much here. Uh, Pick up the Sanctum Sanctorum before it retires, potentially at the end of this year, and you can have your own bald Wong.
unless you want the one with hair, then that's your choice. And remember, it's Lego, so you can give him any hair that you want and any clothes. You could actually have him work at a pizzeria or get a tuna melt from the deli. See what I did there?
I
Try,
see.
try. Ladies and gentlemen, back to our resident builder,
Hello.
Josh. Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about the build that you're working on.
Well, I now have some water.
Oh,
I have two hills. I believe these would be uh the green hills that they mentioned in the title. And I have this feature.
hmm.
I believe that this is going to be the bridge that will connect the two hills.
Oh, is it you said the bridge? Oh, yep,
Sure
there you
enough,
go. Yeah.
boom, we got a bridge connecting the two
Also,
hills. That's pretty.
also
It's
for
a
any of
fun
you
build
listening
technique.
and watching at home, if you have built this set or want to build this set, let us know in the comments down below. We'd like to hear from you. Of if you like the build or if you didn't like the build. Josh, how are you liking the build?
I appreciate the colors of the build. I am all right. So here's the thing. I am a mild perfectionist when it comes to my Lego builds. You see these here, these pieces. Those are all single tiles. And when you place single tiles on one another, there is a high probability that they are not going to align exactly. So when you have multiple tiles stacked on one another, it takes some finagling to make sure that they are all as smooth as possible to give that seamless appearance. And when it's not that way, I stress. Like for instance, here, this one, there's a little bit of a gap that's visible. I don't know if you can see that for those of you who are watching our YouTube, but there's a small gap because I did not take the additional seconds to make the tiles flush with one another. The fact that this entire section on both sides is all single tiles can't say it's my favorite build, Tom, but I am enjoying how it looks.
But so aesthetically, even though you are aligning the pieces not flush, inaccurately, not
All right,
correctly.
let's calm down on that. I've
Think
fixed
think
it now.
think about it as it sits on your shelf. You're always gonna know whenever you look at that shelf. Ah, those pieces
That one piece is slightly
off.
off. Mm, That's tough.
So here's
Uh,
my question for you after with this build though. Why
mhm.
did you want this build? What was your intention? Like did you go out and say, "Oh, we're going to go out and buy this one," or were you at the Lego store or were you at Legoland and was like, "I kind of like that. I want to see what it looks like on my shelf."
It was an intentional build for a couple of reasons. I didn't get to play Sonic very often as a child because I did not have a Sega Genesis system of my own. Um, However, we had relatives that did, and it was one of my favorite games because I was used to the Nintendo, which was a less pixel count at the time. So getting to play Sonic on the Genesis, it just looked amazing to me. It was bright, it was vibrant. Um, with the pixelation, there was more shaping, more coloring to the overall aesthetics of the game that captured my attention. And this set in particular captures that pixelated feeling as I now know building these single one by one tiles to make the pixelated squares. So the set itself I thought looked really cool. I liked the memory of getting to play Sonic. But in addition to that, I am, as I've mentioned multiple times, a big fan of the ideas line. So I want to support the builders, the designers who come up with these sets. I like to collect as many of them as I can. So for both reasons, this one had to be a part of my collection. So it was an intentional buy. I tracked it from its introduction on Lego Ideas to the eventual actual release.
Very nice. And are you happy with it? Is it the say like weird thing to say? Do you have the same feeling that you did pre wanting to get it that you do now while building it? Or is it less so or more so?
Um, I'm still remembering the times playing the games while I'm building. There's a similar frustration in getting the tiles to align and missing some of the rings. While running through the game, I was not particularly good. So it is those kinds of frustrations are coming right back to me while I build.
Good, good, good. And we are still on bag two, is that right?
Bag two has just been completed. We have now attached a tree to our two hills, connected by a bridge. Sonic has achieved the pink crystal status on his pedestal, and we are trucking right along to bag number three.
And how many bags do you have before the end of this episode?
Whale, how long is the episode?
We got one more item left to review for our retirement series.
We might save bag three for a future episode, folks.
So you'll have to tune in to see Josh's completed retirement set.
Oh,
And
I
see
wish I
if,
was retiring.
right? Only another 80 years. All right, let's go ahead and review that end screen and take a look and see what we left for last. If my computer wants to
The
function.
anticipation is killing me.
And we click. Sorry, everybody. All right, we are looking at Temple
Bum,
of the
ba-dum,
Golden
bum.
Idol. Indiana
No
Jones.
copyright.
This is I had questions when it came to this retirement. This has, if I correct me if I'm wrong. This has not been on the market. This is probably compared to all the other sets that we have that we've talked about today. I think this has been on the market the least amount of time. Am I wrong?
I believe that's correct. This one released last year, kind of coinciding with the release of Dial of Destiny. It came out a couple months before the new movie did, to kind of ramp up and capitalize on the excitement for a new Indiana Jones movie. So this one has only been out a little over a year at this point, um, and it's a fantastic set. Honestly, this set was one of my favorite sets of 2023. There is so much going on, so many cool features, that it makes me sad to see that it's retiring so soon. But it makes me excited for perhaps what's to come with the Indiana Jones line, hopefully in the future, because as we talked about in episode one, both Tom and I are big fans of the Adventure series, and the Adventure series is Lego's answer to Indiana Jones. Um, Seeing Indiana Jones in Lego is like the best of both worlds. And this set captured it. There are traps, there's interactive features. Yes, it's a diorama set. Yes, it's meant to be a display piece, but there's so many interactive components, mechanical components throughout the set, that makes this an absolute winner. There's a lot of really cool parts usage. We've got some exclusive minifigs and some new prints. Indiana Jones has cobwebs on his face, so that's pretty cool. The boulder rolls down, and the way that it resets is possibly the coolest mechanical technique I've seen in a Lego set. I want the golden idol. Uh, Everything about this set is noteworthy. There's not a single piece that I would complain about. Some others may disagree. They don't necessarily like how the back looks.
Hold on.
So if you have
I got a
an
photo of
image of the
that.
back of this set,
Mhm. It'll come with the video, and I'll pause it when there.
there's a lot of exposed Technic pieces, and kind of shows the inner workings of it.
What is this?
I think
Indiana
this
Jones
is
Stunt Spectacular?
that's exactly the feeling that I get. This captures the feeling of movie magic to me, where everything is a facade, but behind the scenes, there's so many machinations and things like that that are going on to make what's visible to the audience amazing.
So
And getting to see this not covered up or not hidden in the Lego set, I think is a really great homage to the magic of Hollywood.
if I may, and we're talking about theming, we talk about innovative ideas. We could look at this as though you're stepping into the movie. Or let's say you're building, I don't know, a theme park build, right? Not a Lego City, but a theme park build. And you happen to be wanting to build a Disney theme park, and you wanted your own Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. If you're unfamiliar with that, go ahead and give it a Google. It is an attraction over at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida, where it shows you the making of the movies, of how they got those scenes set up. So this would be a perfect addition to that section of the park where you could set up a little studio audience in front of it, give tours around the back. Um, yeah, it gives me that vibe of like also that lights, motors, action, extreme stunt show area where you also had the tanker that would come down and the explosions would happen. So if you look at it from that perspective as well, this would be a great addition to a theme park build. That's just my opinion, but I digress. Just wanted to throw it out there in case anyone's building one. This is a good addition. It'd be pretty cool to see, like a little tour walking around. Or I digress. I went too far with that, but I think that would be a cool addition because I love that. I love that stunt show. I think it's super cool that we get to see all those stunts and how they're done. Also, the playability on this set is
These minifigures are the
incredible.
best stunt actors.
I like, if I may ask Josh, because you have it, is this piece in the
Yes,
middle a printable, three printable bricks with the quotes? Oh,
yes, it is.
okay. There we go. Apparently, I can't. There we go. Let me get out of this. All right.
At least I believe it is.
It's not a sticker.
Now you have me questioning. I don't remember.
Do you
I'm
have it
pretty sure it's
available?
printed brick. Not easily.
All right. For this set, it is $150, still available, potentially retiring at the end of the year. For what it is and the playability, I would pick this up. I could care less about the back. It's the idea that if it's easily accessible and I can make the features happen easier, I'm a happy camper. You get 1,545 pieces. It is an intellectual property set, so you're always going to pay more per piece for this set. But it's the idea that we saw with Nintendo and the same idea that we saw with Sanctum Sanctorum. You have fans of Lego, you have fans of Indiana Jones. That opens the market up to both that have not discovered this set. And at the end of the day, if it does retire and you happen to hold it and you're selling it, somebody will pay up for the set because they enjoy Indiana Jones. They enjoy the adventure series from Lego. They could use the pieces, they could use the parts, they could expand on the set and potentially build the back and really make an adventure themed area. I think this will hold value. The only question that I just noticed, now granted Lego uses pieces in multiple areas, why are they trying to go after Santa's sack for Christmas? Like, what is this? Did Santa just leave it there in this set? I'm confused. I do like
Yes,
finding
that's
multiple pieces, multiples. Yeah.
and
This
that particular feature is one of the coolest aspects of the
does
entire build.
does this little sack mean that this is technically a holiday set? Does that qualify this as a holiday set? Could you put this up in your holiday display?
I absolutely think you could. There's no reason that you can't. It's got trees. Nothing says that they're not holiday Christmas trees.
It's a bit of
Yes,
it's a bit of a stretch. I think this will
a
have
little
a
bit,
good
a little bit
this
of a
will have a
stretch.
good resale value. Um, there's really not too many like unique pieces. There's unique ways they're utilizing the
Colors.
function of the pieces, but the colors are more so likely what the value of the pieces are. The printed brick, if it is printed at the front of the Indiana Jones or Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? That's Raiders? Yeah.
Yes.
Um, will be valuable. $150, you'll have to pay up at the beginning. You'll have to hold it for a while, but I do think that this will gain value. But I think the set that will probably outdo them all it'll probably be Nintendo, then Sanctum Sanctorum, then I think A-Frame Cabin, and then Indiana Jones in terms of
Tune in
value.
3 years and we'll revisit this and see how the value held for these sets.
We could, yeah, we definitely could come back to it. But these were our top five potentially retiring sets at the end of 2024 that will come out of production. You'll still see them on Lego until they sell out. You'll still see them on Amazon and Walmart. But no, if you see them on Amazon, potentially people are reselling them. eBay is the best place to find that as well for the reselling market. Not only do we get to look at retirement sets today, we got to do something brand new with Josh. Josh, did you have fun building your set today while we did our show?
I sure did.
And Josh,
Any
if you
chance that I have to build new sets is a good time.
and if you could do me a favor, could you for our listeners on the podcast, could you shake a couple bricks so they could understand what you did today?
All right. So the thing that I did first,
Do some ASMR for them.
I got the bags out. I dumped the bags. It sounded kind of like this. Oh, I regret doing that. Oh, that was a bad idea. I opened up my manual, flipped through the pages. Listeners, that's flipping through the manual, clicking the bricks together. Well,
there you go. That's the entire
then I went
first
really
two bags
fast.
being built.
And then I ended up with Sonic on a pedestal with a bridge connecting two hills with a tree and an angry crab.
Hey, that's pretty good for a whole episode. Josh is going to continue his build in future episodes to see him complete this set. Please be sure to tune into future episodes. And you hung out with us this whole episode. We greatly appreciate you. And Josh is going to tell you what we'd like you to do. You don't have to, but it's very important to us to help us grow as a podcast. Josh, remind them what they need to do.
Absolutely. If you enjoy what you see, if you enjoy listening to me rustle paper directly into your ear
And throw
and
Lego
click
all over
bricks,
his desk.
and oh boy, I'm going to get in trouble for that. Um, then please like, comment, subscribe, follow, do all of the things. Remember, we are looking to build our physical studio audience. Wash, wah.
See,
And
it's us in
you
miniature.
can be a part of this as well.
Show them that audience one more time. Or show them that studio one more time.
Schwa, schwa.
See, I love the sound effect. See, yeah,
Also schwa, schwa,
Josh is
schwa,
absolutely right.
schwa.
If you do subscribe to us, we not only will appreciate you digitally subscribing to our podcast, but we will add you in as an audience member in physical Lego that Josh is going to build the audience. We will give you the choice of minifigures, and every time you watch the show or listen to us, you'll get to hear yourself. We'll make a voice up or something, and we'll visibly show you in the audience. Yep. Message us on Instagram, message us here on YouTube. Leave a comment down below if you subscribed. We'd love to see you in our audience. It'd be super cool. We post a lot of cool,
And
fun
just
stuff on
know,
Instagram.
these could be you.
Correct. They could. And you get to choose who you want to be. And remember, Josh really loves Lego. So if you happen to tell your friends or family that we need to subscribe, do so. You can add your whole family as a whole row. And Josh is wanting to have like an audience of 100,000 people. So if you can get 100,000 people to subscribe, can you imagine what that studio audience would look like? It'd be amazing. And it would also
Yeah, I
help
don't have that
fund the
many
audience.
bricks, Tom.
Well, Josh didn't say anything there. We'll figure it out. We got this. Just keep mailing him minifigures, everybody. With that, we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you so much for being patient with us. It was a lot of fun. My name's Tom.
And I'm Josh.
And you've been watching the BlockCast.
We're Lego fans. Click.
Bye, everybody.